Welcome back, everybody.
These rather sinister fellas are wanted.
We're back in... what is it? Bidford?
I always wonder if police photographers get special training. Or is it because the pictures are on manhunt posters? Back there is the smug, ignorant captain's office. Does he... Selling water is an unbelievable business. All these darn mega conglomerates even try to seize control of the water supplies for entire countries. Then the price soars beyond the amount. I'm not thirsty. Offender, victim, crime, destiny. And if a case is solved, then chance must have played a part. I hardly think they're gonna let me. The police must have been decked out with new computers recently. All quite modern 486s.
Okay, so this takes place in the 90s.
The new Pentium processor is already being advertised. As long as I can still run my old Sierra Adventures, I definitely don't. What piss-awful weather.
This guy can't be any more Boston than he already is.
Monthly payments from England from someone called C, and a back injury that was more likely caused by a fall than a car accident. Please get better, Mom. Get well and tell me the truth about the accident. I need to know. I'd better leave the scales. There are a few cables hanging down the side of the unit. There are a few cables. The machine only monitors my mom's vital functions, so it doesn't matter if I loosen a cable here.
Stupid thing. There must be a loose
Perhaps
contact
there
in the
are
socket
medical records
or in the
bills
plug.
in the cupboard. I don't think anything. There's a delivery note. I can't take anything.
I don't know why we're taking this delivery note.
Perhaps the delivery note will be.
Oh, those pranksters taking cables out of the vital monitors. Oh, that's something. And she doesn't look very well either.
Who's in the trash, huh?
Oh, man, that stinks.
Now we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Those are the paper snippets out of the trash.
Time for a jigsaw puzzle beginning. Mini game. Word association. How do words work? Maybe she's having an affair, but not with Fuller. But Fuller found out about it, or something like that. Nope.
Dearest Claire, I'm a little disappointed that you don't
come to visit me anymore. Don't you miss our time together at all? All the fun we had? Take a look at the pictures. You look so happy and contented. Don't you think so too? I tell you, that was some kind of fun we had too. And you just can't bring yourself to admit it. Are you worried about it getting out? Well, it would be too embarrassing, wouldn't it? A married businesswoman has to watch her reputation. What would the folks say? What would your husband do with you? It would be a scandal, but I'll protect you from it. Me and 15 Ben Franklin stand between you and shame. I'll expect the, bonus this evening. Bring it to me, and I'll enjoy myself.
That's at least evidence that Fuller was blackmailing Mrs. Biber. But is that going to be enough for the cops? I'm going to ask her what he was blackmailing her with. I've got to find out what Fuller was using to blackmail her. Dr. Newhouse from the hospital. Excuse me.
Hello, yes?
Have you ever seen this guy? He was in the hospital yesterday.
In the hospital? I don't think I saw him.
He was here in the diner, too.
That's right. I think he was talking to Mrs. Biber.
Did you notice anything else?
Afraid not.
So how was old Fuller killed then?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you anything.
What? You think I'd tell the press?
Well, okay then. He was stabbed.
And more exactly?
He was stabbed nearly a dozen times.
Ooh.
Did he bleed to death?
Not necessarily. Could have been shock.
Huh. So looks like Fuller had a pretty free choice of how he checked out. Somebody wanted to cover all the bases for him.
Darren.
I'm not interested in the dead. I'm interested in the murderer. As I understand it, there's also a department in the health center for the less mobile. Morgue.
Yes. That's right. This is a small...
So don't you have to have special training for that?
If there's even just the slightest sign of a crime, then we get an experienced pathologist over from Portland.
So that means that Fuller still hasn't been looked at.
Right now, we're waiting for the pathologist.
Do the nurses sometimes stick their fingers in the deceased's personal effects?
Outrageous! Of course not.
Thank you.
It's important info.
Do you know how my mother is?
I've already seen your mother today, Darren. No change. And I think we ought to take that as a good sign.
Are there good medical reasons for thinking that?
Optimism never hurts.
So it's just wishful thinking then.
Darren.
Thanks, Doc. Well, that's...
If you've got any more things...
Mrs. Biber? This weird guy, the one who bumped into me yesterday. Have you seen him again?
The guy from yesterday? Sure, I think I'd remember him.
This guy.
Oh, him. No, I haven't seen him again since he was in here questioning me.
What did he want?
He was asking after Miss so-and-so.
Miss Angelina Morgan?
Could be.
And you haven't seen him again?
Nope.
Will you tell me if you do?
Maybe.
So friendly. What's happened to your eye? Let me guess. You fell down the stairs.
Yes.
And your husband was standing at the bottom doing his boxing training.
What's this got to do with you?
I just don't understand it. How often does this happen?
Not often. Just sometimes.
Maybe you ought to move to a bungalow without stairs.
Yeah, you think you can give me advice? You married?
You trade in your pride when you do that?
You've never been in love. If you had, you'd never ask that. Okay, what do you want to drink?
Is it too early for a whiskey? What do you think? Sorry. Haven't you heard what's happened to Fuller?
Yes. But I don't want to talk about it.
Why not? You hated him. Maybe your life will be a bit easier now without him around anymore.
How can you say that? He's been murdered.
Did you then?
No!
After everything he did to you?
What? What do you know about
Oh, a little.
Nothing. You don't know a thing. And if there is anything, you save it for yourself.
Or what? The same thing that happened to Fuller will happen to me?
Get out.
Mom's into music.
I don't think there's anything we need from here. I don't know why I came back here.
A completed delivery note. Hey, Rosie.
What do you want?
Have you already heard what happened to Fuller?
Isn't that something?
I know, right?
Alas, something's happening here. A bloody murder in the middle of the night? A suspicious foreign lady? Who knows what's gonna come out of all this?
Maybe the suspicious foreign woman is innocent and has been wrongly arrested.
Oh yeah, and the killer is still on the loose and is gonna kill again.
Oh yeah, maybe a souvenir shop employee.
That's not funny.
Do you know this man?
Has he got something to do with the Fuller murder? Of course. I can see it now. That's a real criminal face.
You know him or not?
Never seen him.
Then not. What can you tell me about the hotel down the coast?
The Wild Coast? Belongs to an old town family.
No scandals?
The owner doesn't get on too well with his son. He's hanging out in Portland. Some kind of musician.
And anything else?
There's an illegal card game up there sometimes.
Why'd they do that?
How should I know? The chief probably plays with them.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
The weather isn't going to be suiting to your guests.
Oh, yeah, well, there's not much going on anyway. The change in the weather was already announced, and to be honest, right now I'm quite happy there's not so many guests in the hotel.
What do you reckon? Who do you think murdered Fuller?
Well, the cops already have a suspect.
That's crazy. It wasn't her.
I hope so, too. And I also hope they keep it quiet about where she was staying.
And that's all you're worried about?
Listen here. My whole family's welfare depends on this hotel.
There's an innocent girl sitting in jail. That interests me more than your daughter's college fees.
Forgive me, you're right.
Oh, I'll bring it to light, all right. Whatever it costs. Was this guy here again yesterday?
You mean the one who was asking about Miss Morgan? Yes, I saw him the one time through the window. He was headed towards town.
Where was he coming from?
I can't tell you exactly. Somewhere from around the beach, I'd say.
Well, can you keep your eyes peeled? I believe he's caught up in all this.
In the murder?
For sure. He was following Miss Morgan, and now he's framed her for the murder.
What are things coming to? What kind...
I saw the card and the flowers that you sent my mother.
Oh, well, that was a given.
Seems there's not much kept private round here.
Well, my wife is a friend of the doctor's wife.
Would you let me know then when my mother's condition starts to improve?
Sorry?
Do you know that Angelina's been arrested?
I can't tell you anything about that.
But you do know.
Look, Darren, this is a family hotel.
I understand. Can I have a quick look around in Miss Morgan's room?
Absolutely not.
Even if I were to let something slip out to the press?
I'm not going to be blackmailed. And anyway, the newspaper belongs to my brother-in-law.
Nice for you. Have the cops sealed off Miss Morgan's room?
They were here first thing this morning. Got me out of bed, they did. I was worried that they'd pull the whole room apart.
But they didn't.
The captain had a look around the room, made a few notes, and told me that nothing should be touched. But after 10 minutes, he was off again, without taking anything with him.
So are they coming back again?
I don't know. I didn't get the feeling that the captain was looking for anything in particular. He just wanted to take a look around.
So there could definitely still be clues hidden in the room. There are a few plants. I know as much about plants as I do about... There's nothing in the pot apart from the plant. A private sign hangs on the door.
Alright, so let's see.
The back room seems to be an office. I don't really like to climb into other... Looks very cozy, but you know, that reminds me of my favorite film, Whales of August. But you know, the mast is a copy of a flagpole you might see on a big ship. You often get stormy weather coming off the Atlantic. Nothing to find. It's not exactly like the Florida or Californian beaches. I'm not climbing down there with them. Plenty of people say that the New England coastal towns look Scandinavian. I reckon this place was purposed to the owners probably lived. There's just one car here. But you know... A private sign hangs on the door. There is no way that...
What's with my slide projector?
Don't worry.
Is it broken?
No, but old and battered as ever.
You just look after your own junk.
Have you seen this man? What man? I can't see it.
Do you know this man?
You want to play me for a sucker?
Have you heard what happened to Fuller?
Sure. The police was here. Wanted to know if I heard anything.
Did you?
I got ears like a lynx, but it was raining. When the rain falls on that tin roof out my window, I can't hear nothing else.
The police have arrested an innocent woman.
It happens.
I'm gonna prove that she's innocent.
Is she that pretty?
She's damn pretty. But that's not why I'm doing it.
Whatever. But it don't matter in the end. The strong gotta help the weak.
Will you help me?
If I can.
I bet that's an original
Okay, so nothing new here.
The cops could have at least brought the sign back in. I should have guessed. Fuller's mother will have to take a mutt for a walk on her own now. Oh well. Now Fuller's mother's got less washing to hang up. That's Fuller's office. The window's barred. Crap. The back door's locked too. The window is open. Presumably to let in some fresh air. Yep. That could be my way into the house. I can get into the basement through the light well. I just gotta get rid of this grill first. It looks very heavy and... No way. I'll tie the rope to the window grill and the basement grill. I've knotted the end tightly, and the rope should be able to take a big load. I've knotted the end...
Oh, I didn't think that would actually be the solution.
If it worked.
I mean, it is a tow rope, so it should be pretty strong.
My private doorway. The police seem to have left the light on. Or Fuller had another photo shoot yesterday, and the police didn't want to change anything. It works.
Okay, so that's still something we're gonna have to figure out at some point.
I don't think I'll find anything.
Whoa!
Whoa. I think I need more sleep. This is where Fuller's body must have been lying. A greasy... the USA... a greasy map of the world. The USA around Utah, Arizona. Then over to Hawaii. Afterwards comes North Africa, possibly Egypt. Then China, and then Europe. Looks like somewhere in Germany. What have we got here? The US, Hawaii?
That seems like it's related to the puzzle downstairs. No, what am I doing? There we go.
When you stand here, it feels like what? Something like when you see in the dark, and he has you stand on a set of mechanical weighing scales. Everything slides slightly back and forth. The floor gives a little as you stand on it.
I am concerned about that light turning on and off.
I bet this is a weighing... Fuller's secret door is behind this photographic screen. But it could...
Okay, there we go. Hey, it's the picture from Uncharted. Man, that is not going to be like the sound effect alongside of it. It concerns me. Beach. Let me take a look one more time. So, Monument Valley, beach.
What have we... the U.S.?
Sphinx.
The USA.
Great Wall of China and Castle, I think. Alright, so we're at Monument Valley. Beach. Sphinx. China. And the castle. There we go.
That's got it. The clip's battered-looking numeric pad with small metal buttons. I don't know the numbers, and I don't even know how many digits the code had. Maybe Fuller's noted the numbers down somewhere.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Michael.
You heard what happened to Fuller?
Oh, yes. Beatrix told me. They brought him in here this morning, covered in blood.
Did you know Fuller?
Not personally.
What do you mean by that?
I'd heard of him. You...
Why not?
He was a creep.
Has the guy who inquired about my mother been here again?
No, at least not on my shift.
And please, can you tell the other nurses that they should keep an eye out for this guy? The police are looking for him.
I know. The police faxed through a photo-fit picture.
Good. How's my mother today?
No change.
So, we can...
It looks that way.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
soda machine. Chuck's out. A bottle of soda.
Yes.
Hello.
Are you delivering something?
Yes.
Delivery note. Whatever.
I'll be off then.
Hey, not so fast. What you delivering there?
Liquid soap?
So,
Huh?
where is the
Oh,
packet?
what a klutz. I left it in the car.
Man, unbelievable.
Oh, no. Does that mean I'll never be able to become a security guy now? I'll get the box.
Alright, so he's gonna have to find...
I'd better leave the scales.
I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have liquid soap. I'm gonna check in here.
Nothing interesting to see.
Nope.
I don't have to... A nice one. Have you found the guy from the photo fit?
No, not yet. But the picture's been posted up.
If he is the killer, then he's gonna get out of town right now at the latest.
He's a witness at best.
How is Angelina?
Well, she's in shock, anxious.
Understandable. She's a student from England.
The circumstances are quite clear.
And nevertheless, wrong.
We will be following up on all lines of investigation.
Did you know, Fuller? He was a pig.
And so he deserved to be murdered?
So why should Angelina stab him a dozen times?
Why would anyone else?
Looks like a passion thing. Angelina hardly knew him.
Perhaps she was going crazy.
An English literature student in a bloody frenzy.
It's all happened before. And who says she didn't know Fuller?
Shouldn't you be absolutely sure that someone has a damn good motive before you charge them for murder?
Not so with such a frenzied crime.
So, has Fuller's body already been autopsied?
No, not yet. We're waiting for the pathologist from Portland.
Until then?
We wait.
Great. Where's Fuller's body now?
In the hospital.
Has Fuller's place been thoroughly searched?
As thoroughly as was necessary.
Meaning what?
We have a homicide and homicide suspect who was practically caught in the act. We have therefore photographed the crime scene and
Did you search
only
the
cursor.
Yeah. No, I'd rather not do that. I'll get the evidence from Fuller's secret room, and then even... What would you say if I showed you a blackmail letter from Fuller?
I would say that despite my warnings, you haven't kept your nose out of this business.
And if I found the letter in a public trash can?
Then I'd ask you if you had any evidence that the letter's from Fuller. And the fact that you, of all people, found it doesn't really speak for its authenticity.
All right then. So I haven't found a blackmail letter. I've got to get into this secret room. Have you found Angelina's pursuer yet?
No, not yet.
Good. Do you know that my mother almost died yesterday?
No. I didn't know that.
She tripped and cracked her head open.
Oh. I'm really sorry about that.
Don't you find it even a bit strange that this Brit appears out of nowhere and the next day we got a corpse and a serious injury?
Are you suggesting that her accident wasn't an accident?
I don't know.
I don't think we should start hunting around for possible crimes, Darren.
Fuller had a skeleton in his closet. Did you know that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think he blackmailed people.
Really? That's a serious allegation.
I've got no evidence, but I'm gonna get some.
Don't do anything foolish.
I won't. I'll search in the right places. That's the way to the cells. Huh. I've already spent a couple of nights in cells like that after.
Alright, so nothing useful yet.
I don't
Taking her a while to get over here.
Yes, what can I get?
So where was your husband last night?
Yeah, and what's that got to do with you?
What's that with him and Fuller?
I'm asking you.
A girl I know is being suspected of having killed Fuller.
I'm sorry about that.
If she was lured into a trap, she has no motive. She also wasn't being blackmailed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Was Fuller blackmailing anyone else? Did anyone else have a motive apart from you?
Oh, you've got nerve. I wasn't being blackmailed. Listen, I'm sorry about what happened to your friend. But if she's not guilty...
Huh. So you don't want to help me get an innocent girl out of jail?
I can't.
What would a 50s Bob... If there was maybe a big... The moose is... They're supposed to represent something like portholes. The rear panels of the display cabinets are painted blue. Kitchen.
You already got bread. You gotta take more, you bread hog.
I'm not gonna feel any better if I... The specialty... There's everything you'd expect from it. The specialty is, of course, lobster. Like... They got two of... I really don't know if this place makes any money. Excuse me.
Hello, yes?
Well, it seems that the porter at the Wild Coast Hotel is remarkably well informed about my mother's condition.
Sorry?
Your wife rather likes to chat with his?
Oh, that, I'm sorry about that, Darren. I've already told my wife on many occasions that she shouldn't talk about patients with her lady friends.
But more exactly, your wife oughtn't to know a damn thing about these patients anyway, yes?
Yes. If only it were that simple. It won't happen again.
So, are the cops in Biddeford any good?
How do you mean that?
Do you trust them to find the killer?
I'm sure they'll do their best.
Oh, right.
We've never had a case like this before.
Oh, so you don't reckon it's such a bad thing if they've got the wrong person, since they still have to practice?
I'm sure that the captain will solve.
Man, this guy's got such an attitude.
If you got any more things you want to ask?
I think Fuller took his mother on a world tour a few years ago. There's nothing more that interests me. Fuller's old-fashioned. The door's been sealed. Looks like you can only buy tourist rip-off stuff in here. The Atlantic. An empty package. Looks like someone's under it.
Yeah. Who's gonna check? Who's gonna check? I don't think I need to tape it up or anything. Dirt.
Yes. Are you delivering?
Yes.
The package.
I've got it here.
Okay.
Can I go in?
No, you can't.
My what?
Your visitor's pass.
Oh, come on. What is this garbage?
And you need
You're
it.
enjoying this.
You could say
I'd
so.
think about it.
Alright.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Michael.
I'd like a
You don't
visit.
need one. They're just for folks delivering stuff.
But you're wearing one, aren't you?
Dick, the security guy over there, insists that all the employees wear ID. I'm not so petty. Visitors shouldn't have to get messed up in paperwork.
Oh, yeah? So that means that just about anyone can wander in here off the street.
No. Everyone's got to register with me first.
Of course not. She's
It
only...
wasn't meant like that.
What's up with your security guy? Does he think he's guarding a bank or something?
Oh, him. If you ask me, he's not all quite there. Back there is the morgue, a few storage rooms, the laundry, and the garage. This here is Bideford. Nothing gets stolen here.
Just a few people get butchered, that's all.
But only extremely rare. Oh,
You don't seem to be too worried.
I'm not scared. That was the first murder here for years.
That's reasonable. Who's allowed access to the morgue?
Hospital employees, of course. And the police.
And how does the security guy recognize the employees?
You want to sneak in there? You got no chance. Good old Dick knows everyone here.
Oh, it's impossible for him to know everybody who comes through these doors.
Well, okay. Not the delivery guys. But he knows the employees better than they know themselves.
Thanks very much for the information.
No problem.
I don't need much more. A bottle with a cup.
We'll figure out what to do on the next episode, so grab a snack and we'll be right back.